As a creator and filmmaker on this channel, I tested countless lenses, but certain lenses spark my creativity. Anamorphic lenses do that for me. Today we're taking a look at the SIRUI Astra 1.33x anamorphic lens kit. This isn't going to be a full-on technical lab review. I normally don't go extremely technical on this channel, but what I do care about and what I think most solo creators care about is how a lens looks optically, how sharp it is, how the bokeh renders, and how does the breathing happens when you rack focus, and how it looks. Those are the real world things that matter to me most. So that's exactly where we're going to dive in today, and we're going to focus on today's video. I'm approaching this as a solo creator and a filmmaker enthusiast because most of us aren't here building cinema rigs. We're just building ideas and trying to get the job done, ideally as possible. And we want tools that are actually going to help us execute those ideas creatively. These are the SIRUI Astra 1.33x full frame autofocus anamorphic lenses. 3 focal lenses. You have a 50mm, a 75, and a 100mm. Constant T1.8 aperture across all 3 lenses. Available in Sony E mount like I have right here. You also have Nikon Z and L mount. They ship in a rugged Pelican style case, which is definitely appreciated at this price point. At the time of filming this video, B&H has them listed around $849 per lens and $23.45 for the full set. But pricing can fluctuate, so keep checking the description on this video, and that way you can get the constant price of these lenses. So the 75 and the 100 are slightly heavier than the 50mm, which is expected, but overall they're consistent enough that switching between them is not going to be dramatic, especially on a gimbal. Color temperature are also consistent across all 3 lenses, which is a big deal, especially when you're cutting lenses in between projects. That's something that you have to keep in mind. So now I'm going to do a series of tests, starting with the sharpness test. And I'm going to start with the 50, then the 75, and then the 100. For consistency, I use my Sony FX3 for all sharpening tests. I tested each lens in the same exact order. Starting with the 50mm, first at T1.8 wide open. At T1.8, the center is very sharp, as you can see. You'll notice the middle holds strong detail. As you move towards the edges, it softens slightly, but not in a bad way. It still looks clean and well put together. Then I stopped to T2.8. At T2.8, the overall image starts to even out. The edges begin catching up to the center. It feels more balanced across the entire frame. Then when I stop down to T4, you can clearly see more uniform sharpness across the image. The center and the surrounding areas feel tighter and more consistent. By the time we hit T5.6, the entire frame is very clean. Edge to edge sharpness is strong. Now let's move on to the 75mm. Same exact process. At T1.8, strong center sharpness again. The fall off towards the edges is subtle. Stopping down to T2.8 tightens up things noticeably, as you can see. At T4, the image becomes even more sharp across the frame. And at T5.6 is very clean edge to edge again and very sharp. Now for the 100mm, wide open at T1.8, sharp in the center, detail with slight fall off towards the edges. At T2.8, it begins to even out, as you can see. At T4, again, more sharpness across the frame. And at T5.6, you're getting a very consistent across the entire image and very sharp, but not in a way that it's too overly sharp. Across all 3 lenses, sharpness and profiles is consistent, so they're not soft, but they're also not overly clinical or digital. They sit in a really nice middle ground, detailed but organic, which is much appreciated for anamorphic lenses that are autofocus. Now let's talk bokeh, because a lot of you guys are interested in how the bokeh looks on these lenses. So I tested all 3 lenses at 2 different distances. I stood close to the lens as close as possible, focusing on me so you can see the lights in the background. And I did the same test with, just focusing on the TV, and I had some lights hanging. I did it across all 3 lenses. So this is how it looks on the 50mm. Now for the 75mm. and for the 100mm. So one thing to know, if you are buying these lenses for that oval bokeh, if you're expecting a dramatic stretch on the oval bokeh, these lenses are not designed to do that. That comes because of the 1.33x squeeze being more subtle than a 1.6 or 1.8 or even a 2x stretch. But for some people, it might be a downside, but for others, especially wanting a cleaner anamorphic interpretation, it's perfectly fine. Let's move on to the focus breathing test, which is another thing that's going to make it or break it when it comes to buying lenses. But even though everybody knows that a lot of anamorphic lenses has, a lot of focus breathing.
I set up two objects at different distances on my desk. Then I tap between the closest subject and the furthest subject on the screen. Starting with the 50mm, you'll notice there is focus breathing. Tapping again on the closest subject. The frame slightly shifts as the focus changes, as you can see on screen. That's to be expected with anamorphic lenses. I mean, it's present, but it's not extreme. Now the 75mm, same behavior as you can see on screen. The frame subtly adjusts as the focus racks from far to near, but this one has a bit more pronounced, somewhat like zooming in. And finally, the 100mm. Again, as you can see, there is focus breathing, but this one has the least out of all three. I think the 75mm has the most aggressive focus breathing amongst all three, but nothing too bad and something that it's not going to ruin the image.
Now, as for the autofocus performance overall, as you can see, I'm walking a little bit distance from far to close to the camera, and clearly you can see that the lens, caught me and never missed a focus as I am walking close to the camera. So starting with the 50mm, super detailed when it comes to autofocus, very responsive. It's not hunting whatsoever. Now for the 75mm, again, the same test. I'm walking towards the camera and the camera is locked in. I'm not losing no focus. So that's something that, they are autofocus and they're very reliable. Now with this 100mm, it's the same situation. Walking towards the camera and looks really, really good. No problems with the autofocus. So yeah, solo creators looking for anamorphic autofocus. So far, the Astra lenses are delivering. Now let's move on to the flare test. I ran a quick flare test in my studio using my phone light. The blue flare is there. I opted for the blue. I normally tend to get the neutral flares, but I wanted the classic sci-fi look, so that's why I picked the blue one. So as you can see, it's controlled. It's not chaotic or overwhelming like their previous anamorphic lenses. When it hits right, you get that classic horizontal streak without taking over the image, which it gives you enough room to see the image, but also the flare. So that right there, I have to say, it's pretty good. All right, so let's discuss about the elephant in the room, and it's the distortion on the lenses. These lenses lean more towards a pincushion distortion rather than a barrel distortion. And some creators prefer a heavier barrel distortion in anamorphic lenses, and some don't. Personally, I love to see SIRUI create or experiment with a 1.5 stretch, autofocus version, obviously like this, but barrel distortion and oval bokeh. I think that would be so interesting. But that doesn't make these bad. It just means that these sit in a different lane, more refined and more controlled. So yeah, but honestly, I would love for them to create a barrel distortion version, autofocus 1.5 stretch. So now who these lenses is for? These lenses are for solo creators, filmmakers who want anamorphic character without building a big cinema rig. If you're chasing extreme vintage distortion and exaggerated oval bokeh, you may want to lean on something else. Maybe take a look at other lenses, but these are not it. But if you want practical, sharp, cinematic tool and gets the job done easy, these lenses actually make a lot of sense. They're autofocus and they have that nice, character with the flares and being an anamorphic lenses in general. One thing I do love about these lenses, and it's the beautiful contrast. That's one thing I will not take away from these lenses. The contrast on these lenses, how they produce, are super beautiful. I think one of the best I've seen so far on a budget lens. But another thing also, their autofocus, they're very light. So if you are using a gimbal, then your dream set is right here. Autofocus on a gimbal, anamorphic. I think you guys will be very, very happy with these lenses. And I have to say, the blue flares, even if you get the neutral, but the flares in general are super controlled. Honestly, I don't have anything bad to say about these lenses, but the fact that I wish that SIRUI could give us an iteration with barrel distortion and lean more towards the oval bokeh. SIRUI, if you're listening and watching, which I know you are, please try to give us barrel distortion and more oval bokeh. 1.5 stretch anamorphic, please. It will be so much, it would just be a big impact on us. So hopefully you guys could listen and do it. But hey, honestly, great budget lenses. You guys want to do solo filmmaking, autofocus, anamorphic, these are the lenses. I have nothing bad to say. Again, beautiful flares, contrast is amazing. So I want to say thank you for SIRUI for sponsoring this episode. And I'm going to play with these lenses, and I'm actually going to drop a future video because to me, I feel like I want to give it another chance. I don't think this is it. So I'm going to make another video, but I'm going to do more showcasing image quality. So if you guys are interested in that, just hit me up in the comments and I'll be gladly to keep you guys updated with a community post. So if you guys are interested in getting all three sets or just a single lens, I'm going to leave all the links in the description so you guys can check it out. And as always, go out there, create, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Peace.